So let's crack on then. And this morning's news story is about wearing clothes in the Algarve. Quite right too. Cover up or pay a fine. Portugal's Albufeira warns, and this is the first I think we've shared a BBC news article with you. Because what's dominating the Portuguese news at the moment, which we'll return to when Nuno joins us at 8:40 this morning, is the earthquake, of course, and the possibility of continued aftershocks, talking more about how best to prepare and be aware, and what the insurance situation is with Nuno, and of course Raquel joining us at 8:20. Freelancer versus company. What's the best way to start up a company here in Portugal? But if you've got any questions for either of them on any other subject that they specialize in, of course, let us know the question in the chat and I'll put it to them when they arrive here. 8:20 and 8:40 respectively. Right, cover up or pay a fine. Portugal's Albufeira warns, according to the BBC. Let's take a look at what's going on or what's going off and then coming back on. In the Algarve there. Tourists in the popular Portuguese city of Albufeira may soon be banned from wandering its streets in swimwear or face a hefty fine. Hefty, one of those fabulous words used in British journalism, like bungled raid and a hefty fine here this morning. The beachside city in the southern Algarve region, a favourite with... You can hear the Britishness in this article, can't you? It could be from a newsreel from many decades ago. Shall I do it in that voice? The beachside city in the southern Algarve region, a favourite with British holidaymakers, has revised its code of conduct, explicitly prohibiting people from being in a state of partial or complete nudity in public areas. Oh my goodness. Under the new plans, anyone wearing a bikini, okay, well, I shall stop it. I won't be doing this by the sound of this. I will not be wearing a bikini or even going without a shirt away from the beach, and you could be fined up to 1,500 euros. Now, if it's true that police officers in Portugal are incentivized to the tune of 10%, I think it is, that's probably quite a good incentive for them to slap a fine on your bare chest there, isn't it? 1,500 euros, 1,200 quid, 1,250. I don't wonder if BBC used Spartan FX for that. See what I did there for that conversion. Albufeira joins a relatively long list of European cities with similar laws, including Barcelona, Dubrovnik, and Nice. Now, it's interesting because I was talking about topless and nudist bathing at the weekend with some of the folks who were here for the party. Not that we were going to do that, but how it seems in Portugal, that craze for topless bathing. It's quite old-fashioned now, isn't it? People don't seem to do that so much. I suppose it depends where you are in the world. The city of Albufeira boasts beautiful beaches and a vibrant nightlife, but its reputation as a party destination has damaged Albufeira's image. Last year, 8 British men, dear oh dear, were filmed dancing completely naked on a bar in broad daylight in Rua da Ora, Albufeira's main party strip. Now, party strip being the operative term here. The videos went viral and Portuguese police were able to identify the tourists. It sparked an emergency meeting with the local... Was it probably the hats? Were they still wearing hats? It sparked an emergency meeting with the local councils, security forces and businesses. And Mayor... I wonder what our pal Paolo Fanassi thinks of this. So who was this? Oh, yeah, Mayor José Carlos Rolo promised to crack down on excessive tourist behaviour. Excessive in inverted commas there. The proposal document in Portuguese. Obviously, BBC. This is disgusting. These foreigners publishing things in their own language. How are we supposed to understand it? The proposal document in Portuguese states that the urgent change is necessary to preserve Albufeira as a multicultural, family-friendly and safe destination. Well, let's hope that those British tourists don't feel picked upon as a minority who like to go naked. It also, I'm joking, it also bans sex acts in pub. What? The proposal document also bans sex acts in public, another local nuisance. The rules extend to terraces that can be seen from public places, and business operators found to have allowed bad behavior could also face substantial fines. The proposal is currently out for public consultation and could be in place in time for summer. I bet some cheeky rascals are thinking, well, can we see pictures of who's going naked before we decide to ban them or not? Again, just kidding. And this is a bit of a menace, isn't it? It would appear. What do you think of that? Silence so far in the comments. Good morning to you, João Ernesto. The North, bom dia, Portugal, and bom dia, campers. From Mike. Good morning to you, Mike. The roads get better the further you travel from Old Town. Oh, yes. Coimbra in a panda. Bom dia, campers. Feliz carta. Wow! Coimbra is beautiful. We haven't explored yet, but from what we've seen of the Old Town, it's gorgeous. It is through the roads, though the roads are interesting. Glad we only have a panda. Yes, it's good. It's a good job you didn't take your Shogun up there or some massive 4x4. Indeed, says the coach. But we had to drop off our bags or worry about the Porsche driving through there. We had to drop off our bags. You could borrow my old Skoda, not a problem. In fact, Coimbra gets frightened when I drive in and not vice versa. But we had to drop off our bags at our apartment, which is pretty central. All good fun, though. Excellent stuff. Good. Still got your deposit. So what do you make of this? Get wrapped up if you're not wrapped up, but put clothes on. You can't go off the beach in your swimwear. I think people do get sort of a bit sun drunk and forget perhaps and like to be naked and semi-clad. But not for much longer, it would appear, if those proposals go through. Very interesting. Okay, so thank you, BBC, for that. Get your kit on, not get your kit off when it comes to coming to Portugal and the Albufeira beaches. Probably the same in other beaches, although perhaps not so much of a problem. Never seen it here. I live in a beach town and never seen such a ruffle or difficulty around such matters. Occasional topless bathers, but really most people do not, in case you need to know. Here in Portugal. Right, really looking forward to this on Thursday coming up. A bit of Portuguese culture for you, a bit of Portuguese history, and looking forward very much indeed to talking to Isabel Stillwell. Now, we're going to be uncovering Portugal's past, the story of Philippa of Lancaster, whose tomb I was nearby a couple of weekends ago when we went to Batalha. She, of course, and her king were laid to rest in the Batalha Monastery. And this is the Expats Portugal. Well, I was going to call it a lecture. It's a webinar, of course, and it's not really a lecture. It's going to be a Q&A with myself and Isabel Stillwell on February the 11th. Some of you may remember this, you older gumpers here. 1387, the people of Porto celebrated Philippa of Lancaster, the first and only English princess to become Queen of Portugal, daughter of John of Gaunt. Philippa was proud. I think John of Gaunt, probably a locality rather than his disposition or appearance. Philippa was proud of her Plantagenet lineage, the Red Rose, and became the mother of Henry the Navigator and the illustrious generation. These children would go on to explore new lands, forever changing Portugal's destiny. So look at that. On the one hand, you have Brits dancing naked in bars in Albufeira, and then a few centuries ago, here she is, the Red Rose, the Philippa of Lancaster, contributing towards the gene pool of the Portuguese royal family. Philippa's only daughter, and mothering the illustrious generation, Philippa's only daughter would become the powerful Duchess of Burgundy, further shaping European history. 638 years later on, our guest Isabel Stillwell invites you to explore Philippa's remarkable legacy, one of unwavering faith and determination, excellent British values, or English values at the time, right, that had a lasting impact on both Portugal and the world. In this online event, Isabel will show us the places in Portugal, Galicia, and the UK where Philippa's influence can still be seen today. Marvellous. Really looking forward to this one. I look forward to the webinars every week and the town hall thereafter. But this one, I'm really, really looking forward to finding out more about Philippa of Lancaster with Isabel tomorrow evening at 7:30. Now, this is free for Expats Portugal members. And if you want 10% off the membership, just drop me a line. I'll give you a code. I think if you put GMP when you check out, you'll get your discount. Or you can pay €17. If you're not a member, you can be a guest. Or if you're a free member of the community, you can pay €17 and join that. Or you can sign up and get a whole load of other benefits. And that will be at expatsportugal.com to sign up for that. And you get a free entry to that webinar. So excellent stuff. Looking forward to that tomorrow evening, 7:30. It wasn't Philippa. Oh, my goodness. Who was it? Who was the one who brought tea? It was Catherine of Braganza. Catherine was the tea lady, although she probably wasn't referred to as the tea lady. Good morning, everyone from Gemini. Good morning. Good to see you. Oh, dear, says Joao Ernesto. We have undergone a change in our A2 class. We had an instructor change, and now our regular 3 hours, 3 hours, ouch, 2 till 5 will often meet for 4 hours from 9 till 1. Yikes, including today. Oh, okay. So, our commiserations. Blimey, a 4-hour class. I mean, they say, don't they, that you can't take much in after the first 15 minutes. So what happens for the next 3 3/4 hours? I hope you have a few breaks as well. Okay, we've done that. Philippa, it was Catherine of Braganza, that's right, who took tea when she went in the other direction to meet her English king husband. She took tea over there. She was offered gin and beer, I suspect, and said, "No, muito obrigado. I brought my sha here. My sha is with me. Any chance of a brew?" Lila Bugazzi is here. Good morning to you. Forgive me for messing up on your name this morning. Good morning, Portugal, from you, Lila. Good to see you. Excellent stuff. Right. So another date for your diary. Oh dear, is this going to be oh okay, you can do webinars all the way tomorrow. I have another to share with you. This time from a couple of people. Well, they'll be on the panel who you've seen before on the Good Morning Portugal show. Recently, Martin Harris, the executive director, I think he calls himself. Yes, executive director of the United Lisbon International School, and Sheeta Stern, of course, who we've spoken to a number of times, founder and CEO of Martignal Hotels and Resorts. Together, they'll be with Jeffrey Graham, senior partner at Edge International Lawyers, funnily enough. And they will be together hosting a webinar, relocating to Portugal, and that the trio there, where to stay, the D visas and schools. And now, I talk to a wide range of people who can help you move to Portugal. My advice is to go to as many webinars and to talk to as many people for their first session and see what is a fit for you. That's the important thing, is to find out what works for you and your particular circumstances, because one of the most often heard responses to a question about Portugal will be, it depends. And it often depends on you, and it will depend on the circumstances, and it will depend on if the laws just changed, and it will depend on a whole range of things. So keep up to date, go to as many things as you can, and choose the people, find your tribe. Find the people you vibe with. Find the people who your intuition says, yes, these are the right people to work with. So just go to as many things and speak to as many people as you possibly can, would be my advice to you. But it depends, of course. Right, we've got James here now. Bon dia, Gumbers. The old guy in Europe, that's his YouTube channel. Earlier on, I put in Michael Heron's first video. Of course, the Good Morning España show that we're very proud to be associated with and helping Michael with. He's published his first 5 Things I Love About Madrid video, which you can see on his Good Morning España channel. Well done, Michael, on that. So James, of course, publishing every Friday now. He's a veteran of the YouTube scene. And I also have a group now on WhatsApp, Digital Creators. Most of the people in there are Good Morning Portugal co-hosts. But what fun. We're sharing tips there. If you're a YouTuber or want to become one, you might get some inspiration from being in that group. So drop me a line if you want to be part of that. 913-590-303. Bon dia, Gumpers, says James. Feliz Gata a todos. Como tem passado? Nice one, James. Well done. Keeping up your Portuguese end there. Now, we will talk to Nuno about earthquakes. I look at the Portugal resident and see that Lisbon's quake was classified as moderate, intermediate, or Goldilocks. Not too strong, said João Ernesto a few days ago. And the Portugal News were reporting more earthquake aftershocks are expected in Portugal. The epicenter was Sejal. I wondered if Bobby O'Reilly had broken ground over there and started doing foundations, but no, it was an earthquake out at sea, and its effects felt on Portuguese terra firma. We'll find out more about what Nuno thinks with his quake take a little bit later on at 8:40, and we've got Raquel joining us at 8:20. Should you be a freelancer or should you be a company when you are doing business, if you're an entrepreneur here in Portugal? We'll be taking a tuk-tuk tour later today with Rebel Mama, or as I've renamed it, a TikTok tour. Absolutely. I do hope you'll be making a video from the tuk-tuk. And please, yes, give Rebel Mama a hug from us. I haven't seen her for a long time here on a Good Morning Portugal show. I think it might have been something I said. But anyway, and enough water has passed under the bridge. Big hug to Rebel Mama. Let's have a look at that weather then, shall we? Before we say hi to Raquel, let's go to the Good Morning Portugal website, first of all, and see what the weather's looking like for Portugal for the next week or so. I've not enjoyed looking at the weather just recently, as I'm sure regulars will know. Let's click on that weather button, shall we, and see what's what. Don't forget to request your free copy of Moving Money to Portugal with Spartan. I haven't made that a link. How silly of you, Carl. There is a tab actually on our website. Yeah, currency exchanges. You can see they're under support services, and that will connect you to Spartan. But if you send a message to gmp at spartanfx.co.uk, it's a .co.uk, you'll get that free guide, and you can just open up an account and chat with them about exchanging your dollars or your pounds for euros. Look, there's some sun on the horizon. Saturday, Lisbon, almighty 16 degrees and a little bit of sunshine on Sunday as well. We have had outbreaks and flashes of sun, it has to be said, over the last few days, which has been lovely. Definite signs of spring in the air. Today in Lisbon, 12 degrees currently. It will rise to 18, and it's a bit of a cloudy day. Similar picture in Porto, where it's currently 13 and will rise to 15. Coimbra, coach, you're going to get 19 degrees, 20 tomorrow. A bit cloudy, not such a bad thing when you're walking up in the highlands of Coimbra and getting a bit hot and sweaty. You've got some cloud cover for that, but you've got some nice, comfortable temperatures of 19 and 20, respectively. I think Leslie will like that. Faro is going to be 17 with rain today, so people definitely putting their clothes on in the Algarve, covering up. 12 at the moment, 17 the high, a little bit of sunshine. Braga, 13 at the moment, rising to 16 today. But as you look at that general weather picture for the next 7 days, not much sun on the horizon. Castelo Branco at the weekend it'll have a sunny Sunday. Guarda, a sunny Sunday as well. But no, we are still waiting for, those days when we look at this map and we think, okay, we don't need to look at this map now for another 3 months because there's only sunshine icons, emojis. I'm going to call them emojis, smiling back at me from this page. Well, let's see how that develops over the next few weeks and months. So there you go. That's your weather and your news this morning. Yes, and if you're going to Albufeira, make sure you take a T-shirt with you, or you might get one of those fines if you don't cover up when you make your way from the beach to the bar or the hotel or walking around town doing some shopping. I do prefer it, I have to say, when I'm in a shop and the beach bathers have put some clothes on when they go into the shop. It just feels a bit odd, doesn't it, standing in a supermarket next to somebody's bare body inside a supermarket. Call me old-fashioned. Anyway, yes, go ahead. Call me old-fashioned in the chat, if you will. Let's change things up here. I'm going to change from Bon Dia Daily to a Good Morning Portugal, and I'm going to invite your comments further on the screen here, and send them to, as well as pictures and videos, to 913-590-303. Let's give her a nice big round of applause now. Raquel, are you ready there to join us on the screen? Yes, she is. Let's give her a nice big round of applause. Woohoo!
Hello, how are you?